Hey everyone, this is my second chance challenge video. If you guys watch Glenn Helley, he tagged me in this last week before that. I don't know, it's been a little bit. But with last week I did 2 videos. I did my normal one and then I did the blindfold to shave challenge, which was not great. I cut myself pretty good on that one. I figured, I better get this one done. So, the gear I'm using it's mostly the brush. That is what I'm giving this a chance to. And this is a Whip Dog Silvertip. I think this is a, Whip Dog Silvertip Badger knot. It's very floppy, very little backbone. And it's not a brush that I particularly enjoy using. Now the soap I'm using is one I don't use very often, but it's not a bad soap. It's just one that I can't seem to get dialed in to the lather consistency that I like. And that is Talbot Shavings Mont Ventoux. Again, nothing wrong with the soap. It's just not a go-to of mine. It's when I have a hard time dialing in. I always bowl lather it, and I always use the same brush, which is my Rich Man brush, because it's the same color scheme, and I'm a sucker for colors. So, I always bowl lather, and I tend to overhydrate or something, because it's never a consistency of things. So it's kind of a little thin consistency. I think that's going to be a good load there. And the razor I'm using is I think it's a 40 style super speed. The blade, I don't have many DE blades. I gave away all of the DE blades that I had that don't particularly work for me, as well as some that do, to a friend of mine that is just starting in wet shaving. And let's just say he's unable to get gear himself right now. So I had a bunch of stuff lying around, and he said, here you go, take this. So I don't have a lot of DE blades. I have stuff that I've never used. A couple of blades like Gillette 7 o'clocks, and a couple other blades, and some Personas I've not used yet, but I use DE blades so infrequently anymore, and it doesn't really matter. There, let's just call that good on these rinses ahead. Like I said, the main thing I'm testing is the brush. I mean, I don't use the super speed very frequently. To me, it is a little bit too mild of a razor. I like more backbone, or more aggression. Same with the brush, I like more backbone than what this one offers. And I don't know if I loaded enough. I'm going to have to go back to the puck. This is a very soft knot, but there's just not a lot of backbone. I loaded pretty heavy. I guess part of the second chance challenge is also face lathering, something I don't do very often. Probably shows. I don't think I loaded enough. And for those of you that use Mont Ventoux, or not Mont Ventoux, but Talbots more frequently, is this just not a soap that produces lots of volume? Like I said, I don't use it very often, so I'm not 100% sure. It just kind of reminds you of like a Zingari lather, where it's super slick, but it's just not very voluminous. Zingari is phenomenal. I really like Heather's. I haven't tried her Seagull base, but her vegan base is really good. You should call that one the Tribe, if I remember correctly. that whipped up really fast. So go with that. So I just did a very wet load with that brush to the point where I'm just getting pseudo lather all inside the container. Like I said, I normally bowl lather. But I'm trying something different with this. Second chance challenge. Jeez, I should use this razor for my blindfold shave. This is very mild. Difficult to cut oneself here. I feel like it's mild but efficient. But it's still, I mean, it's not bad. It's definitely cutting. The blade is probably on its last use. Or second to last use, pretty dang close to being dead. Got some hairs. As you can see that. There we go. A couple of hairs from the brush. Not a bad first pass. Razor's performing a lot better than I remember it. The brush is holding a decent amount of lather. Let's see if there's enough for full 3 passes. And surprisingly, with, yeah, this is not gonna be enough. And it is shedding still. And I've had this brush for a while. Maybe they'll return to the puck, I think. And that could definitely be user error with not loading enough. See, this is where it starts to get me this. There, come on. The lather. It's really thin. Like, this is the type of lather I like on my 3rd pass. Kind of this consistency. I want a little bit more substance on my 2nd pass. But it's still really slick. Like I said, it's not really about the soap. It's just one I don't use very often. But I think we have to start using it more because, dang. This is slick. I'm gonna have to try this with a synthetic, I think. And this is super duper, super slick. I mean, which I knew it was anyway. I've used Talbots for straight razors and Givettes. This is doing really well. Silvertip is not bad. It's one that you can use, at least for me, that if I just need to do a quick, not really think about it, pass. It just, maybe a quick shave here and there. It's definitely not one I'd use all the time. It's not my go-to. See, that's, I don't think I loaded enough. This is what my boar brushes do to me. See, that is floppy, there's no backbone. Let a teeny bit more water in here. Yeah, look at that. Go wet noodle. Yeah, looks like I got myself. I think I had a little ingrown on my neck that I've been messing with for a few days. I think I just cut it open tonight. It's funny to do that with the DE. That's really mild, but I don't do it with the Gillette. I probably would have got myself there with the, if I had used the Wick, because that would it's a little less forgiving. That'll close pretty easily. Overall, I'm not super impressed with the brush. That's not my style. The eraser is surprising me. It's not one I use very often. I started getting myself. Due to some issues I had down here previously, but shape wasn't bad. I mean, there my trouble spot got really good. Here I got pretty good. A couple spots here. Let's check residual on the Talbots. A couple spots. Residual on Talbots is really good. So I do have to say that the winner is definitely Talbot's. That stuff is good soap. Now I still wish the lather was a bit more voluminous. But the performance is fantastic. So there's definitely one that I'm glad I broke out for this challenge and tried it a different way. Because it did have better results. And I'm going to stop right there. I had better results face lathering than I did bowl lathering last time I used it. So that's definitely a good thing to know for me. So we're just gonna do a quick rinse. The visual slickness on this is really good, and that is really, really slick stuff. Yeah, I kind of regret not using more Talbots, or using it more frequently, because, wow. Just gonna use a little bit of witch hazel here. This is lavender. I think Mont Ventoux is lavender and rose, so this is the only witch hazel I have, but it's very fitting. Good stuff. And I'll finish off something I normally don't do on camera is the witch hazel and the aftershave, but I also have the matching splash. Now, I do have to say that the Talbot soaps were very generously gifted to me by an individual that, as far as I am aware, still wishes to remain anonymous. So I am going to honor this individual's wishes. And well, I do have to say, ooh, that's some good burn. That, I needed it a little bit when I first got it, but then it just kind of didn't really strike me as it did tonight. Tonight's shave with it was absolutely fantastic. I definitely will be using this more frequently. It is, oh, I love the scent. I mean, the scent has never been an issue for me. It's always just been the lather. I'm going to definitely try this again with a synthetic. So the brush I used, which is not going to see heavy use in the den, is this Whip Dog Silvertip. It's too floppy. I think I need to load longer with this than I did to get a lather that I like better. The soap, which, as I mentioned, will be seeing more use in the rotation, is Talbot Shavings Mont Ventoux. Beautiful scent. I don't know if I'll be coming out with it again. And the razor was, I believe this is a 40 style super speed. And this surprised me as well. It's mild, but very efficient. It's a very good razor. I thoroughly enjoyed using this tonight. Even though I got whacked myself here with a little, we're messing with some ingrowns. But anyway, that is it. Oh, I need to tag people. I am going to tag Charles over at Craving Shaving. And let's see, I don't know who else hasn't done this. This is a rather pretty old challenge. It's been around for a minute. I don't think I have seen Dave Card do his, or Johan from Shave and Butcher, Frank from Wet Shave and Stuff, or Matti Lindholm. So I'm going to tag those four gentlemen, and I will be placing a link to their channels below as well. So thank you guys for tuning in. Next week, who knows what I'll be doing. So we'll be tongue-tied. Hope to catch you guys next week. Y'all have a good one.